Pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Arizona Cardinals and the Los Angeles Rams. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Now the first carry for Cam Akers. Fighting through. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford. Flush to his right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way down to the 9. A big play there for L.A. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. First and goal. They'll run here with Akers. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. Back to throw, Stafford. Flushed out right. This is caught. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's third and goal.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the match.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Cam Akers, his first touchdown on the year. And the Rams take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. On the return, Rondale Moore will bring it out. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Cardinals take over first and 10.
Murray and the Cardinals with a first and 10 at their own 22. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. They'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
On second and 11 now. Murray escaping the pressure right. He'll air this one out for Kirk. They've got his man complete. Touchdown, Cardinals. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, Next Gen Stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour. So good field position for the Rams as they come up first and 10 at the 41-yard line. A shotgun snap for Stafford. He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
A gain of 17 yards.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. The 20, 10, and they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A big connection on that one, 38 yards. Akers, and he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Akers again. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. Play action. Stafford rolling to his right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
They'll run for it with Akers. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Cam Akers with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Rams have taken the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Moore now on the return. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. And this pass broken up. The contact well-timed there, and now 4th down. On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And this is taken in by the tight end, Bryson Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
He'll buy some time right. And he'll find his target. Woods, it's complete. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
14. Cardinals 7.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Stafford, throw left side, complete to Kupp. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. And this one is incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Stafford. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Stafford. That's out to the flat for Akers. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal perfection.
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Cam Akers on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. A first down carry by Elliott. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Now Murray off play action. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. A give to Elliott running left. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 52 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3-and-out.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Murray throwing the out route incomplete. It's Green. And the Cardinals are going to have first and goal as he's out of bounds at about the 8.
A.J. Green makes a nice catch for a first down wearing that familiar number 18. But the uniform, a little bit unfamiliar. He did spend 9 seasons in Cincinnati. Was their second all-time leading receiver behind Chad Johnson before heading out west to join the Cardinals.
Now from the 9, here's second and goal. From the gun, Murray. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Murray now, third and goal. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. Not much there, only a yard.
Maximum effort, partner. Minimal gain.
Yeah, minimal gain. Looked good, though. To throw again on second down. Stafford. That'll be caught. It's caught. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Got a man. It's Higbee complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. So first and 10 now from the 30. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's
pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Geno Atkins got home that time. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And Gay knocks this one through. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the third quarter. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start calling back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
3rd and 2, and here's Murray. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Murray now. Going deep for Hopkins. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Murray going to throw. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big play that time through the air, 33 yards. And you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 70 yards on the ground for him so far. Zeke going to get it on the option. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Now Murray. They go out to the flat for Edmonds. Touchdown, Cardinals. Chase Edmonds, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals have cut it to within a score. Extra point good by Prater. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Off of play action, here's Stafford. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Marcus Golden able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. Here's a run with Akers on second down. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Trying to find Kupp, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Marco Wilson. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
On play action, it's Murray. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. He's got a man, complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Cardinals. Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
And I think this is what the early proponents of the forward pass were thinking about. Get it to a receiver and have him do some work afterwards in order to create the big play we just saw there.
Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now a play fake and it's Stafford. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Now Elliott. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
That's an excellent stop right there here in this tie game. They're doing their best to hold the fort and at least force a field goal attempt.
Going quickly out wide to Moore. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Ertz has it left side. Touchdown! Zach Ertz. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cards use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Prater for the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead.
Prater to kick off for Arizona.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the 2nd half. They'll need to change that here. 77 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Finding some room at midfield. And gets it across the 50 and down to the 48.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield
And when they see openings, take their shots.
The throw over the middle, taken in. Touchdown, L.A. Cooper Kupp, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 36-yard line.
Again, it's Elliott. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Shotgun now for Murray. And this is caught. He hits more. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play that time through the air. 36 yards.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability. And that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact. Be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. After the penalty, it's Elliott. It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about it if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
On 2nd down, Elliott once more. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. Murray to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
And I know they would have loved to have had a touchdown there to give them some cushion. But now, kick the field goal. Get the lead. Let your defense bring you home. Show some faith in those guys on the other side of the ball.
Prater's kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Stafford now to throw. Higbee secures it over the middle. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Now it's Stafford. He'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 12-yard line.
On 2nd down, Akers, and he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Set to return it, here's Moore. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at it from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there and throw it in the end zone, tip it around and catch it. You've got to have guys back there to defend that, but also you can't allow the quarterback as much time as he wants to set up and throw it. Maybe you bring a little extra pressure.
Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the Rams are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So for Los Angeles, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. as home field advantages go in the playoffs, there are few places tougher on a visiting team than this one. Sold out Empower Field at Mile High in Denver. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good AFC matchup in store between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Denver Broncos. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. First carry for Najee Harris.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
First down, Steelers.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. He'll rifle this one deep right side.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain.
And he'll get this back across the midfield, striping down to the 47-yard line. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. It's complete to Robinson. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. On play action, they'll throw. And firing a deep ball for Kmet. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? With the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They're going to look to throw. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a big play there for the Broncos. So on 4th down, a big-time completion. And the defense, they've got to be shaking their heads right now.
Not only shaking their heads, but understand that they committed one of those cardinal sins that they say they can't do at any time. They committed an eye violation, had their eyes in one place, and allowed the deep ball behind them.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 8-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. to the goal line, but it's incomplete. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. He'll look to throw.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. And McManus able to put it through. Every possession in the postseason magnified. And look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit, so every point is precious.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Wilson's throw there, hauled in by Claypool.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Play action. Now Wilson. Out to his left. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. Blocking at the point of attack there was very strong. He had a couple of running lanes.
And I never want to overlook the offensive line, but that's what they get paid to do. How about the quarterback? Everyone thinks all he's going to do is throw the football. His movement and deception can help a running game as well.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw complete to Freiermuth.
And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 20-yard line. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Clock running, under a minute to go now here in a fast-moving first quarter. On 2nd and 12, Wilson. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
This defense for the Broncos, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in, and run the ball?
And in for the Steelers, touchdown.
Najee Harris.
23 yards for the touchdown. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Able to shake it, and he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They'll roll him out right. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. A gain of 6 there on first. After one, our score, 9-3. From the 27, Wilson. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. That's caught once again by Gallup.
Wilson's pass complete to Michael Gallup. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 45-yard line.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They go play action now. Wilson. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11, and he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you, and that may have been what happened there.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double.
There he goes, right side. The 40, 20, 10, 5, and all the way home for a Bronco score. Alvin Kamara, Charles, a guy from your alma mater there in Knoxville, and he has developed into a perennial Pro Bowler on the strength of big plays like we just saw there. Extra point from McManus is good. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw in that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, They're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it. And
for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Uchenna Nwosu just creating a disaster there for the offense as that one goes 16 yards in the wrong direction. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Boswell for the extra point. And that'll make this a 6-point game.
Makes the score Steelers 16, Broncos 10.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. Eluding the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
So a great throw right there, and what a regular season this rookie had, piloting this offense, guiding them to a division title, and they get the home date here in round 1 of the playoffs. But, Charles, how do you think they'll play it here? Will they run the same kind of wide-open offense they've run all season, or do you think that they'll try and take some pressure off of the young fella?
Oh, I think they're going high, wide, and handsome in this one. I think it's all out, just as they've been doing all year long, because I think if you try and pull it back now a little bit, you're telling that young man you don't have quite as much confidence in him as you've professed. So go ahead and continue to run your offense. Do the things that got you here. As so many defensive coaches have told you and me, all gas, no brakes. Let it rip.
Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Again, he'll drop to throw.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. They're going to try and throw.
This one complete to Jerry Jeudy.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. They'll set up a throw. Flush to his right.
And firing a deep ball for Kmet.
Oh, wide open, complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 13-yard line. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. The safety Terrell Edmunds picks it.
And the Steelers will take over here just shy of the 30.
He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen...
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off near the 44. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Here's 2nd and 1 now from the 7.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. He'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. The kick by McManus is good. And the lead is back down to 3 here at 16-13.
So not the greatest of first halves for him, but a little ray of light here at the end. The late turnover becomes 3 points before the break.
Well, they certainly needed something positive to go their way. Maybe 3 points doesn't seem like a huge deal in the grand scheme of things, but at least it's something to build on as they head into the half.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. This fielded right at the goal line.
So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Plenty of adjustments likely being made by both teams in their respective locker rooms. To find out who advances to the divisional round, let's get you back out to Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a give. Running left is Harris. Working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Harris going to get it again on second down.
And this carry not as productive. He swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Third and 2, now Wilson. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. Touchdown! Michael Gallup, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the interception by the Steeler D leads to a touchdown. Boswell good with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. On play action, they'll throw.
That's complete right side to Kmet.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They'll look to throw here on first down. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. He'll look to throw.
Oh, he'll look downfield for Kamara.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Broncos.
Alvin Kamara.
He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Broncos draw a bit closer. Now McManus for the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Harris starts the drive on the ground. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Looking deep downfield. It got his man complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
They go play action here on first down.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll make it a second down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
And they'll run the end around here with Judy.
And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A couple of first downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara.
The ball is out. Kamara fumbled it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 43-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That is incomplete.
The pass thrown away and incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. And the defense bit hard there. They were thinking run all the way, play fake, working to perfection on 4th down.
And it was able to work because of the down and distance situation. 4th and short, you've got to respect the run. You show a little play action. Oftentimes you find people open for what you need, and that's exactly what they got done there.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Going for it all. And it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off.
And the Steelers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. After the interception, here's Wilson. He's got his man. It's Gallup. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Well, CD, with receivers, we talk about their speed, great hands. It's tough to quantify elusiveness, but they say he has great elusiveness, and he showed it right there with a run after the catch.
And talk about a quick answer. This looked like a missed assignment. You'd think someone would be able to rein him in after he makes this catch, but he's so slippery in the open field, he's able to take it all the way to the end zone.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Back to throw again. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. He'll drop to throw. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy there to make the grab. And the Broncos have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. They'll try and throw for it. And now here is another interception. Picked off by James Bradbury. And now nothing but green ahead of him.
You don't want none, get them.
And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they are looking good. A 2-score lead here in this 4th quarter as they hope to capture a spot in the divisional round next weekend. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
He's made plenty of plays throughout this game, pressing the ball downfield to the tune of 4 touchdown passes. Was shooting for a 5th there. That one came up incomplete.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's caught at the 25. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. A big play that time for Pittsburgh.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. And the Steelers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Harris. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Again, it's Harris. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
On third and goal, Wilson. And in for the Steelers, touchdown. Chase Claypool, his second touchdown of the night. And the Steelers continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. They're going to run it with Harris. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And so they run it in on the 2-point try. You know, so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the 2-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the 2-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2. He'll go up top here for Hamler. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. I guess at this point, Charles, heck, why not take some shots?
I would agree with that totally because a big play can't hurt at all. Heck, you might get a pass interference call out of it. Somehow the ball might get tipped up and you come down with it. Might not do too much for the result of the game, but it could add to your stats.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
The Broncos on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw here. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player in the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. On 2nd and a couple, Wilson. And the Broncos get there and take him down. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Finding room inside the 40. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They run with Harris. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. 63 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front. Good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
Well, a clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game. Check. Got that done. Win a wild card game. Big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the Tennessee Titans. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Tannehill on first down. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved, able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guy's. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. He's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
8 yards to go on second down.
Now Tannehill. Got a man, that's Richie James. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 45-yard line.
So we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam, puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion, really good pickup.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against an interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Wentz going to give this to Taylor. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35-36. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the visiting Colts who won that first matchup. So they'll look for the season sweep here back home in Indy. 1st and 10, Taylor now.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
That's the type of run that Jonathan Taylor gives you so often, and you just can't take it for granted. He finds a way to get those extra yards. The third running back taken in the 2020 draft, but he had the best numbers by far of any of them. 1,169 yards, third most in the NFL, and by the last quarter of the season, he ranked among the best runners in the league.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Colts are going to take a first quarter lead.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And no return here for Evans as they will bring this out to the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead.
Man open, here is Jones. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. These two teams met in Indy earlier in the year with the Colts coming out on top. So if they can find a way to win here in Indianapolis, they would take the season series 2-0.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
So 3rd and long after the sack. Tough task for Tannehill and the Titans. That is taken in by the tight end Fant.
And it's a Titans touchdown. Noah Fant, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Bullock good on the extra point.
And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. These two teams all tied after one. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
And he'll be taken down inside Indy's 15-yard line. A big play that time for the Titans.
The defense, they weren't fooled on that post route. They just couldn't make the play.
And the offense definitely tried to fool them because you saw the other route combinations, didn't you? Anything that they were running trying to draw attention away from the deep part of the field. But still,
and it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Cooper Kupp with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Titans have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Taylor. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Wentz. Here's a diving catch right side. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
Hey, did you have one of those backyards that you had one of those like mats or pits like you have for high jumpers, and you know you had your friends throw the ball and you tried to make the spectacular catches?
I didn't need a mat.
You just did it with the ground?
Absolutely.
That explains your
concrete.
Toughness. That explains your toughness right there, because I think that guy was raised just like you. What a catch.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted.
Picked off by Christian Fulton. And the Titans are going to take over at their own 41.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Meanwhile, Tannehill's throw into the hands of Firkser here.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. From the 44, Tannehill. And this will be caught by Brown.
Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the 1st down.
Off play action, Tannehill. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big play that time through the air. 34 yards. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
So, Charles, you talk about this offense this week 8 of the 2021 campaign. Now, normally this would be the halfway point of the season, but as we all know, it's now a 17-game regular season. And because of that, seems like now maybe more than ever, getting your open week to occur later in the season, that could be a pretty big advantage.
Brandon, it's always been a big advantage, and now, as you pointed out, the possibility of it becoming huge, likely. Most teams want that later open date because of injuries, you know, getting that rest before the playoff push, all of those things. Sometimes when you get an open date early in the season, it's not really much of an advantage. You might be playing well, now it slows down your momentum. This is a big deal, and teams definitely like it. The later, the better.
And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. Here we go on 4th down with Wentz. That's to his running back, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Looking for Campbell downfield.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Amani Hooker.
And the Titans will take over possession here up at the 44. And, Charles, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you're trying to force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there. As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
This will go to Henry out wide.
A solid stiff arm. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. He's going deep for Brown. And this is caught inside the 5. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. A.J. Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. Bullock good on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with. Wentz's throw taken in by Pascal. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Now a second down and 6. And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Final adjustments taking place in both teams' locker rooms. We're closing in on the second half. And to bring it your way, let's go back up to Indianapolis and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
That's a game of 3. Brings up third.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Wentz to throw. That's complete to Jack Doyle, the tight end. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 88 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Second down, another run with Taylor. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Finds his big tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. Runs over him, and they move this all the way down to the 9. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll run here with Taylor. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Dane Cruikshank. Accelerating, and off he goes.
Nothing here. Nothing here.
And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Here's Tannehill. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turned into a nice play.
So they've been unable to capitalize on a great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Here's Tannehill. And that is incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
And Bullock will put this one through.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Matthias Farley.
And this one will be brought back to the 22. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Tannehill.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
This defense tried to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. Bullock's kick is good. And that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27.
So tack on 3 more, though this, it's just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that, partner. But at this point, I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. If you can get 3 out of it, that's great too.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is
Just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for third down. Throwing is Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. He's got a man, complete. And they do finally get him at the 12. A big play there for Indy. And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On first down, Taylor. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 119 yards rushing now on 23 carries so far. Taylor. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. They'll look to run with Taylor. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Colts get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Wentz going to look to throw. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak. Going up top for Kupp. And that is incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jones. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Throw left side, complete to Kupp. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. The Titans on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. This is the tight end Fant.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. And this one goes sailing out of bounds. Where did it cross? Well, they're going to say on this side of midfield. Wentz now on 1st down. That ball caught by Campbell. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Again, it's Taylor.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punt. And this time he is in.
Jonathan Taylor
taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Colts have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. They'll let Taylor try and run.
And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Tennessee. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Well, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff.
Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked up by Elijah Molden.
And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Being chased out left. Looking for the end zone.
And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Henry. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points. Bye.